Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another post-match show following West Ham's first win of the season. Feels good to finally say that, as well as our first goal. As always, I am your host, Chris, and as always, I am joined by my lovely co-host, Irish Tommy. Mate, how you feeling after that one?
Very relieved.
Yeah.
Very, very relieved. We badly needed those 3 points. So it's great to be up and running, off the mark, scored our
Yes.
first goal, got our first win. So hopefully now that's the springboard for greater things, and not the end of the great news today. Hopefully.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We'll talk. We'll get into that a little
Yeah,
bit
I'm sure
first,
we'll
or
get
in a
into
bit.
that.
Let's first talk about the match. Yes, West Ham get their first victory of the season, as well as our first goal of the season, our only goal of the season, albeit. Um, defeating Aston Villa by a score of 1-0. I got to be honest with you. Happy for the win, relief, like you said, but my God, was that before the goal like that? That performance, yeah, again,
Yeah, the first half was dreadful, absolutely dreadful. Obviously, change of formation, playing three centre backs and wing backs, and it just didn't work. I mean, defensively we were solid, as you fucking should be with that many defenders on the pitch. So yeah,
right here.
solid defensively. We kept Villa out. They didn't create anything in the first half, but we just were so deep and had so many players behind the ball that when we did win it back, we couldn't do anything with it. We were hoofing balls forward to relieve the pressure, and when we did try and pass, we were misplacing them, and the passing was really terrible. First half, we could barely get out of our own half. It was incredibly poor, and not just um, from players who've been in poor form, but I thought also from our better players. I thought Rice was really poor first half.
Yeah,
Bowen was really poor first half. Um, Nothing was really happening. I thought defensively, though, we were good. I thought I thought Kerr and Zuma all game,
yeah.
I thought, were excellent, and they did a great job. But I was just getting so worried. I thought
I
like this is so bad, and when you've got Rice and like giving the ball away so cheaply, and you've got Bowen who can't do anything anymore. It was very, very worrying at halftime because that was an absolutely dreadful first half.
yeah.
We're lucky Villa are shit, to be honest.
Yeah, I was afraid. I was honestly afraid that we were going to get hit in the first half just because we had nothing going forward for us. I will say it was good to see Emerson get a run out, get his first or his
Yeah,
debut, as well as Skamaka's first Premier League start for us. But we had nothing going forward. Yeah, Rice was worrying a little bit or very much so in the first half. Bowen was too. Um, I hope Ben Johnson's okay because he looked decent. He's looked decent so far this season. Um, but so we're just gonna have to wait and see on that injury. But what I think really was the turnaround. I think that goal is going to signify more than just getting us that win. It almost looked like once that goal went in, that it looked like such a weight was lifted off the shoulders of the squad, and it looked like we started playing better again. It looked like almost like our old selves, and we looked
yeah,
dangerous after that. I mean, I think that goal boosted the morale, and I think we desperately needed that.
yeah. Well, I suppose first and foremost, I mean the change of formation was much better.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Fair play to Moyes
yeah,
on that.
yeah.
More
Fair play
defensive
to
than I would
Moyes.
have liked, but
Yeah, he reverted back to the 4-2-3-1 at half time and got Benny in there. And it made a big, big difference. Agree with Neil there actually on the substitution, took the wrong player off.
yeah, I agree.
Um, but nonetheless, bringing Benrahma on and switching up the formation made a huge difference. And fair play to Moyes, he did switch it up. Um, we did, we grew into the game from there.
Yeah,
The more and more the game went on, the better we were getting, the better we were performing in general. Bowen was still really terrible. Uh, I thought Sufal was awful for a while.
yeah,
Sufal was really terrible as well after coming on for Johnson for a large period, but he even kind of grew into it as the second half went on, and he improved. Rice just took over the game
Yeah, I
in
mean,
the
yeah,
second
he
half.
reverted back to his old ways, and
Yeah, we
thank
saw
God.
the real Declan Rice second half. He just took over the
Some
game.
of the runs
He was on.
he was making were incredible too.
Yeah, that run he made when he was brought down for
Oh,
the yellow card, that was brilliant. It's a pity he got taken down. It would have been nice to see how that would have ended. Was he going to pass it off, or was he going to just take on the shot? But yeah, the second half was so much better. Like I say, it was good to see Emerson make his debut. Um, Not an ideal debut from his point of view, from because playing in that formation that he had to play in first half. Um, there was nothing really going for him. It was difficult for him to do anything down the flank because the ball wasn't really coming to him in advanced positions when he got forward. Um, but at least he made his debut and he looked solid, Emerson. Um, I'd like to see him. Excuse me. I'd
you're
like
good.
to. Yeah, long day. I'd like to see Emerson in a flat back four and see what he can do as a left back. That would be interesting. Um, so yeah, obviously a game of two halves, as they say. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, Villa are really poor though. So
Yeah,
thankfully,
I'm
big
seeing a lot of
dirty
people
deflection.
starting to call for Gerard's head now.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think after that one, I think the choruses will be getting much louder from more
Considering how
of the
much money
Villa
that
fan base.
they've injected in the team for him, I
Yeah,
don't blame him.
and
I mean,
when
we
you
were in
act,
the same
yeah,
boat. We were in the same boat. I mean, if we lost that, I guarantee you, more than half the fan base would have said, "Get Moyes out now." But we were talking about it last week.
yeah, if we'd have lost today, obviously Twitter would not be a good place right
No,
now,
no.
and there would absolutely be people calling for Moyes to be sacked. Still prematurely, in my opinion, but um, even though I'd be very worried, if we'd have lost today. But yeah, I think as regards Gerrard and Villa, I think you look at the squad he's got. It's a very decent squad. He's
Yeah,
got some really good players in there. They shouldn't be struggling as badly as they are. So I think Gerrard's days are numbered, frankly.
yeah.
So
I think isn't it like I believe in terms of the odds for the favorite to be first sacked between him and Brendan Rodgers right now. So
yeah,
I'd say the favorite.
Lampard is in the. Lampard has to be careful too.
Yeah,
I know Everton picked up a point yesterday, but it's not that much good to them. So
the, Matthew has
Lampard,
a
if
great
they,
point here. But I think like I had said, I think that goal will do wonders for us in terms of boosting confidence, boosting the morale, and allowing us to push forward off of this and really kick start our season. We stumbled out of the starting block, but we finally got our footing now, and hopefully we can just keep rolling. We got some big matches coming up, and I think that this was the perfect time for that confidence boost to hit.
yeah, I think I agree. I think you'll see a different team against Tottenham on Wednesday.
Is
Like
it
you
Wednesday?
say,
Really?
yeah,
I got my days
um,
mixed up. Shit.
yeah, we've got Chelsea next weekend. So
Jesus.
yeah, fun. Um,
Fun times in West Ham.
yeah, they might be just the kind of games we need. You
No,
know,
yeah, like the
the two
London
massive
Derby. Yeah.
London derbies. Um, that we can get our teeth into.
Yeah.
Sink our teeth into and really enjoy those. And so Tottenham midweek, I think you'll see a different West Ham. I agree with you, Chris. I think you're spot on with that. Actually, I think once we scored and went 1-0 up, we were a different team,
Yeah,
completely different
it
team.
literally looked like everyone started smiling again. They started standing up straight again and like actually looked like they were relaxing and having fun because the weight was lifted. They're finally off the
Yeah,
mark.
yeah.
They're finally here for the season.
We had a goal, we had a lead, and you could see the players start to puff their chests out. You
Yeah,
could see the confidence minute by minute flowing back
especially Rice.
into them.
Especially that's when Rice kind of dictated it. He just went, "All right, I'm taking this game over, and we're not conceding."
Yeah, and there was nothing Villa could do about it. Rice was just well. Look, the fact is still, Rice is by far the best player on that pitch.
Yeah,
He's better than anybody else on that pitch. Even though I know we and Villa have some very good players, but Rice is just, I think he's
head
probably the
and
only
shoulders.
world class player on the pitch, and it shows. When he's at it, and he's striding around with his chest puffed out, and he's he's playing at his best, Rice, you can see the difference between a good or very good player and a world
Yeah,
class one.
absolutely. Two key notes, though, I think we need to talk about a little bit, and it was probably the most concerning parts of the match. I think with regards to the likes of like Suchek, Sufal, Bowen, for example, I think that they're trying to live up to Suchek. I'm kind of over with, as
Mm.
you know. Sufal, I think he's finally starting to get his footing again. After, like you said, in that second half, once he got warmed up, he looked a lot better. Um, Bowen, I saw a tweet from, I think it was Selly, saying that Bowen is trying to live up to the form that he had last season when he just needs to play his game. And I think he's doing too much. I think that he's trying too hard. I think he just needs to settle down and play his game, and he'll be right back at it. But I do think that he deserves to be dropped for a match at least, just to kind of like a light a fire under him. Like, okay, this is where you're at right now. The other thing is passing has been atrocious. I think I saw a stat, or the stats from, or tweeted out by Lucas, that we only completed 73% of our passing, and you're not going to win many games like that.
No, Bowen is definitely a concern. Um, and there is a debate to be had about whether or not he should start against Tottenham. Now, he will. He's going to start against
Yeah.
Tottenham. And if I'm completely honest, I would start him against Tottenham. I know his form isn't great, but I don't think he's in bad form in the same way that Soucek has been in bad form for a long time. He's just had a slow start to the season, Bowen. But, given the season he had last season, we know what he's capable of. We know how very important he is to the team when he's playing well. And it would be hard for me to drop him against Tottenham.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
feel
that's
I
what I'm
just feel like
saying.
Bowen is so good that he could rock up against Tottenham on Wednesday and just be brilliant.
That
I don't
yeah.
know if I'm ready to drop him yet. I'd have to maybe a couple of more if he plays poorly against Tottenham and Chelsea. Then I think um,
I
you
have
know
a
I,
question regarding that, Matthew, here in a second. But that's kind of where I'm coming out, and that's where I really agree with Selly's tweet with regards to the fact that I think he's
well
just trying way too hard. I think he's trying to force things when things aren't there. He just needs to play his game, and the form will come. The goals will come. He doesn't need to force it.
yeah, I don't know what exactly is going on in his head, what's going on with him, but yeah, he
I
definitely
know
has
the
to
jokes
sort
are
himself
always right
out.
now. Has Danny Dyer returned
Yeah, she
from
needs to get home quick.
holiday yet?
Yeah, um, but yeah, well, I think just what Lenny was saying there. I think Bowen and Ben Rambo will both start against Tottenham. Um,
Yeah.
Ben
Uh,
came on today.
the
He
Ben
was
Rama
so
part,
good.
absolutely. I can't. I still. I was shocked that he didn't start today. When he came on, he looked incredible again.
Him not starting was purely tactical because of the formation change.
Fair.
Um, I think that's why Moyes didn't start him. So I understand Moyes' thinking on that one with the change of formation. I would have started him anyway.
Yeah.
Um, but then, like, I would have dropped Soucek because he's been so poor. I would have had Fornells in beside Rice, and then I would have had, Bowen, Benrahma, and Skamaka ahead of that. Um, so I would have started Benny today, but I understand why he didn't start today
Yeah.
from Moyes' point of view. It was purely tactical. Um, but yeah, mm, yeah, that's doable as well. Antonio on wing, but if you're starting Antonio, you mean on the right wing instead of Bowen?
Yes.
That could be done. Um, that could be
I think
done
that would
too.
be an
Absolutely.
interesting pairing. We've still yet to see Antonio and Skamaka together, or Moyes still going for the
Yeah,
like
again,
right.
I thought that was a bad decision again today.
Yeah.
I know we won the game, but I thought, I saw Antonio coming on, and I was like, please don't be Skamaka. Please don't be Skamaka. Take Fornells off.
Yeah.
Put Antonio and Skamaka together, not up front as a two right beside each other, but just have Antonio just behind Skamaka in the 10 or something, and just have them both on there. So I was annoyed that Skamaka came off today. Um, so it will be very interesting to see what Moyes does on Wednesday. He's absolutely 100% going to revert to 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
He's not going to play that wingback system again for a while. I don't think we'll be seeing that for a while.
No.
Uh, yeah. So, see, the good thing is now that Moyes has like real options.
Yeah.
He
And,
he has real options.
and that's where we can kind of segment into the potential good news today coming. I did see that the majority of the medical is done for Paqueta. They're just examining contracts, make sure everything lines up, and by the end of day today or early tomorrow, Paqueta will be a West Ham player. Which,
Yeah, I agree. I think he will sign today.
yeah,
If he hasn't already, he may have just
but
signed already. But I'm not sure if he'll be officially announced this evening, even though we could do that, because I think because he's Brazilian, I don't know how long it's going to take for his work permit
yeah.
and visa to be confirmed. So
I was gonna ask the chat. Hopefully, someone knows. For Paqueta to be able to play Wednesday against Spurs, when does he have to be registered? Does anybody know?
12 o'clock midday on Tuesday.
Tuesday, really? Okay, so then
Yeah,
he'll be good to go. It's just a matter of will
yeah.
Moyes put him in with having no training with the squad
Mm.
yet. So
Yeah, fuck, I suspect he'll start on the bench, to be honest. As much as I'd
I
love to
do.
see him chuck straight in, but I think he'll be on the bench on Wednesday. Um,
And as much as we flack or give him more his flack for that kind of stuff, like taking his time easing him in, that one I understand since he will have had maybe at most one training session with the squad. So
yeah,
I can understand that one to a degree. He doesn't know the tactics, he doesn't know kind of the styles, everything like that. So I can understand why you
yeah,
would on that one.
yeah. I'd love to see him make his debut against
True.
Chelsea. Oh yeah, I mean, look, the formality, it's a formality. The work permit and the visa is a formality. It's just a question of how long does it take for those to come through.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good question.
So that's why we might not see the official announcement video today. I don't think we
Yeah.
will.
And then
Um,
on top of that too, like you said, in terms of options, by the sounds of things, West Ham still aren't even done. We still might get in, try and get in Van Aken.
yeah,
We still have two domestic loans that we can use, and sounds like we're interested in them. It sounds like we're not done yet. I hate the fact that we're leaving it this late to fill out the rest of the squad, but I'll take more depth any day of the week.
yeah,
Um,
100%. Yeah,
the worrying
Januzaj will
thing
probably get done.
Yeah, the worrying thing is that the loans. It seems like we've always been centered around Gallagher and Broja, and I saw this morning that Chelsea are offering 25 million plus Broja and Gallagher to Everton for Gordon, which that's absolutely insane.
Yeah, yeah. Everton would be
It would be
retarded.
criminal not to accept that.
Yeah, it would be criminal not to take that deal.
If that is indeed the case. So we'll see
Yeah,
how the rest of the transfer window goes. We still have a couple more hours in this point. It's
yeah.
not even days; it's more counting down the hours now. But
Yeah, I'm just thinking there. You know, you said about Van Aken maybe coming in as well. Can you imagine? Just imagine, Chris, in midfield, we've got Rice and Paqueta beside each other, and then like Van Aken in number 10 with Benny and Bow on either side and Skamaka up top. That's scary good.
and then you still have the likes of Antonio. You have Fornals. You have
Yeah,
even Lanzini, Vanaken. I mean, our attacking and midfield options would be set. And
yeah,
then you look back, you have Johnson or Sufal, whoever's in form, playing at right back.
yeah,
Once we get Aguerd back, it's going to be him and Ogbonna switching in with Kerner, and then on the left is Emerson.
yeah,
Like that is a phenomenal squad. Like we have rightfully been able or given flack to the board for the in years past for lack of transfer
yeah,
funding, lack of support. I I can't say a bad word this window. This has been an incredible window. This is a great opportunity, and for me as well, it shows Rice that there's ambition. I
yeah,
mean, if you want to keep Rice, you have to show ambition, and that's what the board is doing right now. Is we'll get in the top players. I mean, we're getting in Paqueta for God's sakes.
yeah. I still don't know how we've done that.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
Like,
I just how we've pulled off this Paqueta deal, I do not know. I
Yeah.
just do not know. I mean, obviously, look, on the Leon side, we threw a fucking bunch of money at them, so obviously they're gonna say, yeah, okay, go on then. But for Paqueta, like, should be going to like Man City, Liverpool, Juve, Barcelona, Real, somewhere like that. I mean, he's that good a player. He's one of the first names on the team sheet for Brazil.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant player, and so how we've pulled this off, I don't know. But it looks like we have, and this is the best signing we've made since Payet.
Oh, absolutely. Matthew, I honestly don't know. It very well could be because it makes the squad more valuable, thus the club more. So I could see that. But at the same time, I mean, if they want to stay, again, they're showing Rice, yes, we have ambition. We want to succeed.
Yeah,
So
this is the
I think
next
it's a lot
level
more
signing.
that trying to convince Rice, hey, don't leave. We still have you for how many years left on his contract now? Three,
Too.
two. So I mean, it's very possible they could be trying to sell, or they could just be finally showing the ambition that they promised the fans and Rice.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is your proper next level signing. This
Oh yeah.
this is a kind of player that completely can completely change our season. You know, um, and you know he's phenomenal, and I can't wait to see him in a West Ham shirt
Oh,
around the
I've already
on the pitch.
spoken with Lucas. The second that he signs, I'm buying a kit with his name on it.
Well, that's the thing. There's going to be a hell of a lot of shirts at the London
Yeah.
Stadium with Paqueta on the back. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just an
Thank
unbelievable signing.
I will say I do love this is the second time now we've brought in a player and they've immediately recruited a high level player. We had Socek come in and recommend Sufal when the right back when Fredericks went down. We got in Sufal and holy shit, like well done. Emerson comes in. The first thing he does is convinces Paqueta to come to West Ham. He's already a club legend in my books.
Yeah, it's again. I still I still scratch my head. I don't know how this is happening, but it is. Like he should be going to like one of the best teams in the world. You know, and the fact that we're about to sign him is amazing. An incredibly exciting signing. I mean, I was fairly excited. You know, when we brought in Skamaka, I thought, oh, finally, you know, we've got a really good top class international striker now. But this is even level above that. I mean,
Oh,
this is a proper marquee signing.
oh yeah, and it's going to be he's going to be him and Rice are the linchpin. Once Paqueta settles in, those two are going to be the first two in the team sheet every week.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see where Moyes plays him
Yeah,
because he can play 8 or 10. So Moyes can either play him in the 10 in behind Skamaka, or he can play him in the 8 beside Rice. Um, I like the idea of him being a little deeper, to be honest, where he can be a real playmaker and orchestrate everything that's going on the pitch. You know, get on the ball right in the middle of the field and not be waiting for other people to try and get him the ball near the box. I want him on the ball in the middle of the field, you
yeah,
know, taking a pass from a defender and turning and going,
yeah. That's
um,
what we've
and
needed.
orchestrating everything. Yeah.
I mean that's exactly what we've needed. We've needed that kind of like linchpin to just rotate from attack or from defense to attack. Rice has been that kind of position, but it's almost seemed like we've needed more than just him. So the Paqueta deal, I mean, it is going to take us to the next level, and that is going to seriously, I mean, that's going to be incredible for us. I think that that's going to really propel us this season. I think he's going to score for fun.
Yeah, he's going to get so many goals and assists, you know, especially assists. But he's a real goal scorer too from midfield. So, yeah, he's a game changer for us. You know, everything going well, fingers crossed. If you know, hopefully hits the ground running, and his form is really good. Um, he could potentially prove to be like Premier League wide signing of the summer.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's again one of those that came out of left field. I mean, there was no rumors about it at all.
No,
Not
we
there
weren't
was no
really
rumors
linked to
for
him.
him going anywhere, and suddenly just West Ham drop in. Yeah, here's 60 million.
Yeah, It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
Um, I don't know if I'd sell Lanzini or not, just solely for depth sake and for rotation. Uh, but yeah, that's an incredible front line.
Yeah, I think Lenzini will be with us at least till January,
Yeah,
possibly till next summer. But that would be the most. But
I think yeah, I think the problem would be with such little time, who would you sell him to, and what is his value?
yeah. Well, the only place he's going to go really is back home to River Plate, I would think. But
Yeah, probably.
you know, but anyway, Lanzini is back in the pecking order now once Paqueta comes in too. Um, so we've got so many. I mean, our bench is so fucking strong now.
Yeah,
Once Paqueta comes in, that bench is so strong.
I did
You know,
see this that there's someone or an exec with uh JP Morgan that's interested that's been poking around. I think he was actually named to the board, if I remember correctly.
yeah, I have no idea to be honest. Never heard anything
Yeah,
about that.
if someone can get or look that up again, because I swear I thought I saw that he was or like appointed to the board, and it was kind of like low key under the or kind of hidden. He's not an owner yet. He doesn't have any stake, but I think he was added to the board.
I'm also fairly sure nobody is worth 3.11 trillion.
He probably
Nobody.
meant billion. That's my guess, but
Yeah,
that,
no,
that that's a lot of money.
yeah, no, but I can assure you, nobody is worth that kind of money. Um,
Yeah, I think the wealthiest person in the world is Elon at like 120 billion. So
yeah, I mean, just keep in mind, a trillion is 1,000 billion. Nobody's
that's a
got
lot of
that
money.
money. Nobody's got that money. Um, there's some
But
countries that
I'm
don't have
very
that
much
money.
looking forward to the Tottenham match, just because I think that after this goal, after this win, with the morale boost that it's going to have on the squad, then you add in that extra boost of signing one of the best young players in Europe in there. It's, I mean, that squad's going to be absolutely over the moon.
Yeah, really looking forward to it now. I
There
think,
we go.
like you say, that the weight. What is this? Right. Okay.
So yeah,
Interesting
he's
stuff.
involved. He's involved. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I think that's what I saw. Thank you, Epic Hash Time, for looking that up, just because I would not know where to look.
Yeah. Watch this space. But
Yeah,
yeah, like I say, I think this really bodes well now for the Tottenham game midweek because that's that monkey off the players. If we'd have lost today, the players would have been under massive pressure
yeah,
going into the Tottenham game. But that pressure's kind of lifted a bit now, and their tails will be up. They'll have gained confidence from this away win.
this is probably what it is. Yeah,
Yeah, JP Morgan might be worth that. Yeah, big
there. Yeah, there we go. Juri Servak is the managing director of JP Morgan Chase and
yeah,
Co.
he's probably worth a good few billion. But
Yeah,
um,
it's just pocket change.
yeah. So yeah, but now at least I think the players feel like they can go out now and really have a go at Tottenham.
Yeah,
Really have
I
a
really
go.
think I think that we have a decent chance at that one. With it, especially with it being at the London Stadium, I think that that's going to be. I think that this is going to give. I think this also gives renewed energy to the fan base, and so I think that atmosphere in the stadium is going to be electric on Wednesday.
Yeah, and I think obviously because it's Tottenham as well, the atmosphere in the ground is going to be really good. It's going to be very loud. That'll help the players as well, really get them up for it. So I'll be honest, I'm kind of expecting a bit of a performance on Wednesday.
I do too.
Because we
I
haven't had one. We haven't had one yet,
yeah
and the players haven't played to their capabilities yet. And I think
yeah.
on Wednesday, I have a suspicion. Um,
I don't think so.
no, not a
I think we're going to
chance.
revert to the back or to back four.
No, not a chance. We'll revert to 4-2-3-1. I'm sure. Um, yeah, it'll be 4-2-3-1. I think Moyes will revert to the formation that worked so well
Yeah,
second
I
half
really do
today.
think Moyes is going to go after this one. I really do.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, I think I just have a gut feeling that on Wednesday it will be the first game where we see the team actually like go through the
Yeah,
gears and really hit like
Yeah,
top form and put in a really big performance. I just have a suspicion we haven't had one so far. Opening 4 games, we haven't had a really, really good performance, top class performance. I just have a suspicion we
yeah.
might see one on Wednesday.
Following the goal, it started to look like things were starting to finally click. Gears were starting to get together
Yeah,
again. So I do think that we're going to start seeing that. I think that they're going to build on that in practice. I think that I think Wednesday is going to be the sign of West Ham from early last season. I really do.
yeah, I just have a suspicion because it's Tottenham. Big London derby. We
I
fucking hate Tottenham. The players know what it means. The
what would you
atmosphere in the ground
what
is
would
going to
you
be
say
loud.
your expectation in terms of results? What do you think is going to happen?
I think we're going to beat them. I
I
know they're
agree.
going very well and they're a good side, but they're not as good as they look in the table. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Um, Still think they're a very good side, but they're beatable. They're beatable. They're not a brilliant team, Tottenham. They'll fall
No.
off a bit. They will fall off a bit, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so
I I I'm
yeah,
I agree with you. I do think it's going to be a win as well. I don't think that it's less than a draw. I think that at minimum we come out Wednesday with a point.
we're gonna get something.
Yeah. I and
Yeah,
and you want us to talk about a Kickstarter? I mean, if you can go out and beat Spurs in a London derby, 5 matches into the season, as well as getting the new signings in,
yeah,
uh,
and then
and
like
then you
have
got
our
Chelsea.
back-to-back wins. Really good performance against Tottenham, and then go to the bridge with Paqueta starting.
Yeah, this is where the season can get going. This is where you jumpstart the season.
Yeah,
Like
this is it. Like,
it takes
yeah,
the simplest
definitely.
of things. It was not the great. Was today a great performance? Absolutely not. Was it a world class goal? Absolutely not. It was a fluke, but sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, exactly. And look, the big thing today was just get 3 points somehow. Um, yes, the Spurs are 1-0 up, but Forest are playing well against them. So Forest have created quite a number of opportunities to score. They haven't taken any yet, but they've looked decent against Tottenham today, Forest, and obviously we're better than Forest, and we're at home. So
I think this
um,
has to be our motto. We always get points in games we're least expected to. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, that's it. You see, yeah. Um, Like, even if we'd lost today and we're all down in the doldrums, I'd still be saying it would be just like us to go and put in a fucking brilliant performance
Yeah.
against Tottenham and win.
Yeah,
So
if there was ever a time where we would need a win, like having lost the first 4 in the season, back-to-back matches against Spurs and Chelsea within the week, that would be it.
yeah, so fingers crossed. And the great thing is that we've got so many games, as well. We've obviously Thursday we played today. We've got midweek game, and we play again next weekend against Chelsea. It's all good stuff. Keep them
Yeah,
coming.
and
Let's do it.
then
And we've got players coming in. You know, so
and then the Thursday after Chelsea is the first match in Conference League.
yeah, which mercifully is
We're
at
we're getting
home,
some
I believe.
games hot or like
Yeah,
heavy and fast here. I think in the span of 2 weeks we're gonna have
yeah,
six or
we're
five.
yeah we're home against Steaua Bucharest, so there's no travelling involved in the opening game there. And it fell that group. We haven't talked about that. I'm really
No, not at
happy with
all.
that group. That's a good group. There's some decent teams in there, and I wanted that.
Appreciate it. Sorry.
Sound Gatesy. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just think I'm happy with that group. I didn't want a group that was like piss easy, where you don't even really know the teams that you're playing, and they're poor teams, and there's nothing really there to get your teeth into. There's no
Yeah.
excitement or anxiety about the games. You're just watching it to say, "Oh, okay, we'll just watch it and we'll beat them." And I like the fact that we're playing Steaua Bucharest. I like that we're playing Anderlecht. You know,
Yeah.
uh, Even Silkeborg. We know that team. They've got some European pedigree, more recent European pedigree. Um, and don't forget revenge for 76 against Anderlecht. Um, yeah, I'm really happy with that group. I think we'll top the group.
I do too.
Um,
I agree.
yeah, I think we'll be top of the group.
I
And
I I,
we'll go
I
through to the
agree
last
with you that
16.
I don't think that it's going to be piss easy, but I do think that it's I do think we come out on top. If we lose more than one match, I'd be shocked. I think that we're gonna take almost all or the most possible points we could get.
Yeah, I even like the way the fixtures have fallen
Yeah,
because the only kind of semi long travel is to Bucharest, and even that's not too bad.
no,
But that's the only kind of like Eastern European journey, and that's the very last game. So away to them. So I'm hoping, we've already guaranteed top of the group by
yeah, and then
then,
we can
so we
play
can
some.
we can send a really weakened team over there. Um,
Yeah,
Not play any of the really good teams or good players that we have. Completely rest everybody virtually from the first 11, and don't even take some of them with you on the trip.
yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at through Twitter here. Fabrizio has completed his medical. It was done this morning. Now we're waiting results while lawyers are checking contracts. So nothing updated as of yet. Um, so,
Uh,
but
he's passed the medical, so basically everything else is a formality now.
well, they're waiting on the results. But I would be shocked if something happened. Oh my god.
Another
I
missed opportunity for Forest.
I so for new Americans, you're gonna know who I'm talking about, but I'm scrolling through Twitter and I see Barstool Sports owner Dave Portnoy, who has taken to being a Spurs fan, and he has no idea anything about the sport.
Oh, I've seen. Yeah, he's terrible.
I sent you that. Like the COYI, come on you irons, like obviously Spurs are COYS, so he just said he doesn't realize that it's just COYS. He keeps going coys, coys, coys. I'm like, oh my god. He gives Americans in this sport a bad name.
He really does.
Lucas, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Lucas, welcome. Yeah, finally off the mark. Thank
Yes.
God. And onwards and upwards from here. Um, and I'm just buzzing now for this Paqueta
Yeah.
announcement.
I'm counting down the minutes to it. Like
Yeah.
I'm curious here. I didn't even check West Ham's page because everyone says or talks about how like it's indicated that a signing is imminent when they take off their pinned tweet. It's still pinned, but it's just this match today. So
Yeah,
true,
it'll be
Patrick.
later.
Very
It'll be
true.
later. Yeah, it'll be later tonight at the earliest, but probably tomorrow.
Yeah, more
I
than
just
likely.
want to see, like, I don't care about so much like the official announcement. I want to see the tweet from X with the pen
Yeah, yeah. The
and the
emojis.
Brazil
Yeah,
flag and the
yeah,
crossed
yeah.
irons. At least then we know it's signed. He has
Um,
signed. He is now a West Ham player, um, and that's it. He didn't fail his medical,
they
but they
found
saw
something with
something in the
yeah.
scans that they weren't entirely happy about.
It
So
was with his
they,
heart, wasn't it? If I remember
I
correctly.
can't remember. They saw something in these scans they were a little
Yeah,
concerned
and it
about.
nearly
Um,
the deal nearly collapsed because of it.
yeah, it did almost collapse because we went back to Brentford and said, "Okay, we're not paying for him this season. We're taking him on. We want to take him on loan for a season, make sure he's okay, and then we'll pay you for him." And thank God Brentford went for it.
Yeah, very true.
Tell you what, this could be Benny's breakout season now.
I agree. I really do agree. He's been very impressive the last couple matches. I think that he is finally hitting his
Yeah.
stride. And allowing him to
And
be.
especially, actually, Paqueta will really help him now
Yeah,
because,
it feels like Moyes has let loose of the reins a little bit.
yeah.
Allowed him or has allowed him to be his creative self, allowed him to play his game and not be
Oh,
forced
what are
into
you
the football
doing?
system.
Oh, Tottenham are going to have a penalty here. That is a deliberate handball. What are you doing? That's
Who delivered
ridiculous.
handball by who? What?
Forest player just deliberately handled the ball. A cross came in towards onto the far post. He was jumping with Kane for it. And for some bizarre reason, even though it looked like it was going to go over both of their heads, he decided to put his arm up and bat it away.
Oh, yeah,
Just a bizarre decision. Absolutely bizarre decision.
yeah.
Um,
Gary, this is very true too. I do think Paqueta is kind of a or he's one of those multi-tool players. He can fit in numerous places. I think that he would be best suited as number 10. So I think that Moyes is going
yeah.
to be. I think
Another,
Moyes
yeah,
realizes.
Yeah, the reason I think it's really going to help Benny as well, and probably Bowen too, is because let's say you've got, say, Benny, one side Bo and the other side Paqueta in the center, teams can't just double up on everyone. They
No, not
can't
at all.
say, "Oh, let's just double up on Benrahma because he's in form, and then we'll hopefully be okay." You can't double up on Benrahma, Paqueta, Bowen. You can't do it to all of them. So it'll help to, and if they're going to double up anybody, they're going to be terrified of Paqueta.
Yeah,
So
it's going
hopefully,
to
and
allow a lot more space.
he's gonna get a lot of attention.
Yeah, it's going to give a
And
lot more space to the likes of Ben Rama,
yeah,
Fornals, Bowen, Cornet,
yeah,
Antonio, even Skamaka for a large part.
yeah.
They're
So
just everyone's just going to be laser focused on Paqueta, knowing his potential.
yeah, that's it. So fingers crossed. That this comes over the line in the next few hours. Oh, okay.
Oh, is it behind for you?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, Apache. Yeah, okay. Problem with his blood test. Okay, interesting.
Right. Yeah. Um.
Gary, or Tommy kind of
Yeah.
touched on this earlier. It was
We
more
touched on that
tactical.
earlier. It was purely tactical.
Yeah,
Purely tactical. But you can rest assured he was starting against Tottenham.
yeah. And if he doesn't, that's when we gotta ask questions again of Moyes, like, "What are
Yeah.
you doing?"
But Moyes will absolutely revert to his normal formation. I think it's going to be a while before we see wing backs again. That
Yeah,
was horrible
at
today.
least or especially with Cresswell in the back line.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean that's where for me it's just like why?
Yeah, playing as the left-sided centre back. I would have thought Oggy would have been okay to
I
play
guess he
there
wasn't.
today.
I guess he wasn't up as well as they thought they wanted him to be.
No, he
Same thing
played
I
on
think of.
Thursday. He looked really good. So
Yeah, tactics were pretty wrong, but
yeah, he got
again,
it all wrong first
yeah,
half. Got it all
again,
wrong.
as we keep saying, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and that's what it was today. Down to it, that's what it was today. We were lucky, not great.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'll give him credit. Moyes, he did correct it at halftime, but again, I always come back to it: is that why wait till halftime? There's no rule that you have to wait till halftime. I would have made
Especially with 5 substitutions.
Yeah,
I
about
mean,
half an hour in or so, I would have made that change. I would have said,
yeah,
okay, this is not working whatsoever. This is really bad.
yeah. When
I'm
Johnson went down, that's when it should have changed.
Yeah, I'm changing it now. 30 minutes, I'm changing it
Yeah.
now. We're switching back to our normal formation. We're getting Benny in there. Let's go. I wouldn't have waited till halftime, but
No, I
um,
completely agree with you there.
yeah, I wish Moyes would do those things earlier.
Yeah, I
But
I mean, it's always been us or like our gripe with Moyes that he doesn't make great substitutions, and when he does, it's not great.
yeah, so
So, uh, well, mate, I think we've kind of
nice one, Gary. See Gary Perridge just put there.
Yeah,
Yeah, will do, mate.
yeah,
Definitely. Cheers
appreciate
for
it.
that.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to get over this season, at least the way things are going. More than likely, I'm about to go through a job change. More than likely, if
Yeah,
that somehow falls through, then I'll probably hopefully be over there in a couple months.
excellent.
I'd be actually. I'd love to do a post-match show while I'm in the UK. That'd be so much fun.
That would be brilliant. Yeah, if we're both over there, like sitting
Yeah,
beside
that'd be
each other,
really
would be
cool. Yeah, like a
talking about the
podcast
game.
style.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, mate, I think we've kind of touched on everything that we can really talk about here. Do you have anything
Yep.
or any closing comments?
No, I think we've covered everything. Just hopefully next time we speak on Wednesday,
Yes.
Paqueta will have been in the squad.
Yes. And yeah, just to let everyone know, we will be back here for Wednesdays following the Tottenham match. I know we weren't able to cover the playoffs for the conference league. I could not find a reliable stream, and then one day I also had to work during the time, so I was unable to watch. So from here on out, though, we should be good to go through all of them. If something changes, if one of us is unable to make it, we will have a sub for one or the other. But so looking forward, just be prepared for more post-match shows.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Nice.
I'm a boozer.
Oh yeah, it would be very might be incoherent at times. But yeah, listen, everyone.
Nice.
Thank you again for joining us in the chat as always. Appreciate doing this. It's a lot of fun, especially after a win. Finally get to say that this season.
Yes. Onwards and upwards. Let's hope we're
Yes.
coming back Wednesday night with
Yes.
big smiles on our faces because we've just destroyed Tottenham.
Oh, nothing would make me happier, mate. Listen, yes, thank you everyone for joining us in the live chat. We will be back here Wednesday once we crush Spurs. I'm manifesting that into existence now. Thank you as always. Thank you, Tommy, for joining me as always. And until next time, come on, you Irons.